still morning. I was about to say good afternoon, but it's still morning. Welcome to Live Shopping.vip. We've got our lovely Ian with us again today, representing the Crafty Witches, which, if you don't know by now, is Linda Chapman's brand, isn't it?
It certainly is.
I just said she's probably in Wetherspoons on a third pint of bitter by now.
Malbec.
I know, Malbec, yeah, pint Malbec with a straw. So Linda, I know she'll give me grief about that in a minute, but that's part of the fun, right? So what we do over here on liveshopping.vip, when we started with Highlight Crafts and we started doing live shopping, we would invite our other suppliers in the craft industry to come in and share their products and their ideas and demonstrations with you. And what we found was it really slowed down Highlight Crafts' website. So it got to a stage where we said, right, we're going to have a separate website called liveshopping.vip. And what that means is that our suppliers have a brand shop on there. So we've got Christine, I think John Next Door and Crafts 2 are still on there. We've got Crafty Witches on there, Pinflare, there's quite a few different, Jamie Rogers, there's quite a few different brand shops. And that means that you can shop directly on liveshopping.vip in the same way that you do at Highlight Crafts. But it means that when Ian, for example, leaves today, the products stay on that website. And it was really important to us, having been in the industry for a long time, that those external suppliers were in control of their own postage charges, discounts that they give you, deals that they give you. But more importantly, so in the last show, one of our lovely customers, Carol Lewis, said, oh, it just needed Pinflare bookbinding glue. Well, you can go onto liveshopping.vip and add that into your basket. I spend quite a bit of time on there, some lovely goodies in there, so go and have a browse around. So the way that it works is we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code. So if you look on your screen right now, you will have two words in bold: shop, show. That's all you need to type in underneath that feed, that video, so where you type your comments in, and that will automatically put that into a basket for you. Then you'll receive a message, and in that message will be a link that will take you to check out on liveshopping.vip. So it's a brilliant way of us being able to bring you wonderful products like we've got on today. I mean, good grief, we've got a deal on the Buy It show today, I can't believe it. But you can still shop with some of your favourite craft suppliers. Right, Ian, tell our lovely friends at home a little bit about you, please.
Okay, well, I've been crafting for well over 25 years now. I've been following you all for many years in all your guises, and in the last 2 years I've been representing the Crafty Witches on multiple platforms, which has been really exciting, because I was a big fan of Linda Chapman way back, and to me, so I was like a kid starstruck, like I'd just met my famous pop star. But you are to me, that's the
fair enough.
that's
I'm
the
just
way
like, we're just crafters like you guys at home. But yes, that's very kind of you.
But yeah, and then from going from like all the hardware and stuff to going digital, it's a game changer.
Absolutely, it is.
Like all the different things you can do, the sizes, resize, when you scan and cut and everything, resize. It was like a dream come true. I dreamt of the scan and cut probably 20-30 years ago, what about if something could do this, and then that to actually now have things developing all the time, to actually then we can use that with a digital cutting machine is amazing as well. So that's what I love.
So make our lovely Ian feel very welcome, as you always do. Right, shall we start at the beginning now? We're going to go down the counter and show you the individual sets, but there is an item called Shop Show, and if you buy the show, so you buy everything that's on the show, it's all digital, so there won't be any postage for it. You will get a bonus collection thrown in. So, and this is lovely and perfect for this time of year. I am absolutely going to buy this show because I think it's fantastic. I love the papers. I've always loved Linda's designs when she's done, the paper pads and the packs and all that kind of stuff. But now digital. Now, if you'd said to me 10 years ago, you'll be buying your papers digitally, and I went, not in a million years. But now the quality of the print, the quality of the printer paper, and the fact that you can print it when you want it on the substrate that you want to print it on, as long as it'll go through your printer, you can do that. And I love that, because there's always, I don't know about you, but I used to spend a fortune on Graphic 45 and Stampede papers. and I used to buy 4 or 5 packs at a time because there was 2 papers in there that I wanted and I needed a lot of. And that used to cost me a fortune. I made a statement a few weeks ago that said I'm not buying those kind of papers. Graphic 45 is slightly different, as is Stamperia, because they are made for kind of home decor. So I might still dip my toe in, but the things that we're bringing you now are as good.
Well,
aren't they?
Funnily enough, Mel, I had an order the other day for a wedding card, burgundy. Right. So you can go out and you can buy packs of burgundy card. You know, you can, but I'm probably going to use it once.
Yes.
And whereas in these kits, I found a burgundy, and I could print my burgundy, no
Absolutely.
problem. And I'm just printing it onto like the best quality white card, and
there you go.
It does the job.
Yeah, it does the job. Right, my lovely, let's have a look at this, shall we?
This is a brand new concept for the Crafty Witches. It's really, really modern, but really, really
love it.
Really, really striking.
Yeah, I love
and you've got 4 designs.
Right.
And there's 10 colour paths in each design. So there's 40 cards you could print off and just make.
Right.
So you have print to cut. We were just talking about it when we print to cut. Print to cut in the Crafty Witches world is using a pair of scissors.
Yes.
You know, so that gives us. But I also know that in in scan and cuts and silhouettes and all that, you do get print to cut versions as well. So you can scan in and cut it out with your scan and cut. So we're happy for you to do that as well.
Perfect.
Also, with this collection, you also get the SVG files, which is fantastic. So I'll just give you a little look.
That is fantastic, because if you don't want that particular one in that particular colour, or you want a completely different colour to the colour palette in here, you've got all of those shapes at the bottom are SVG cutting files. But it also means you can draw them, foil them, emboss them, paper pierce with them. But instead of having the 3 different sizes, if you can see of those label shapes, you've got over 250 sizes. Now this collection by itself, Andrew, can we put the details of this on the screen, please? It's £14 and no, is that Shop Floral? Is that the right one?
That's correct.
£14 and 97 pence. For that, again, you can buy the show. I'm just putting that out there.
And that's a good price.
And that's a brilliant price, but you can get the next collection, the Junk Journal collection, and the bonus for an extra £15 and 2 pence. So why would you not? Buy the show, guys, please. Make sure that you're buying the show. You can get individuals if that's all your budget will stretch to. I get it. It hasn't been payday for a lot of people yet. But if you can stretch to $29.99, you're going to get an amazing digital library, and you can download it as soon as you paid for it. So you can be crafting with this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that brilliant?
That's even better, isn't it? In the craft world.
No postage, and as I like to go, instant. Love that digital. Love it.
I used to love to get my USBs, but you used to have to wait, and you're already thinking as a crafter, aren't you, what I can do. Now, buying this, I can get it straight away.
Absolutely. So just so that I've got my head around this concept.
Yeah.
This is a sheet, right? That's a sheet that you print off.
So that's one of the layers that goes with the green.
Yep.
So,
so when you print one of these off, what does it look like? Is it an A4 sheet with all the shapes on it?
Yeah, A4.
All coloured?
Yeah, all coloured, yeah.
Right, got it. So it's like a reflection sheet. You know, like we bring you the artwork where we have the reflections. But what Linda's done on here is gone around the outside edge with a very faint grey line. So there's a little white border and then a grey line around it. So if you scan that in, it would cut to that grey line. Am I right there?
Yeah.
Perfect. But you're also getting all the cutting files that you can use again and again and again and again. And it's £14 and 97 pence. Well, it's not, because actually, if you break it down into 1, 2, 3, 4, and your bonus collections, it's £7.50 a kit. That's ridiculous. That's without your bonus one. No postage and straight away. Why would you not? That's amazing. I love that. Love that. Are these all new collections?
This is first time we've had, yeah.
All of them?
Yeah. The autumn maybe from a couple of years ago.
Right. It's time to restock then, isn't it?
But all of them are new to TV, so.
Perfect, right? Brilliant. Right, fill your baskets.
Just wanted to show you with it, because again, a lot of the cards on the front have been made with the print to cut version, if you like, so you can see how. This is going to be my first demo, but I've used the SVG files.
Nice.
To cut that.
Lovely.
as well.
Yeah.
And can you see can you see the faux stitch in
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Mel, those are mats and layers. Those are extra toppers that you've got for other. You know, you don't have to use them in this guise, do you?
Absolutely not. It's a shape. So it's a shape. It's a card shape. It's an aperture. It's a frame. And you've got it in over 250 different sizes.
And I made a couple yesterday on the back of, we all know, well, I'll tell you, we all know, if you all know Sharon Noble out there.
Yeah.
Sharon Noble shared a beautiful card yesterday on her page, and it was all white, white on white. And I just thought I could do that
with
white
this.
On white. So I've done one with it all white on white.
There you go. Lovely, there you go.
And that's just so really
it's really difficult to see white on white on TV because it wants to blend into each other, but that's a crack. Look at you, Sam.
That's brilliant.
Not only are you a warehouse super woman, but you're doing that as well. Right, we need to move on to the next one.
I was just going to say, just to show you as well though, Mel, just because obviously Linda brings her black card, doesn't she? So
does.
we've done it in a black and white, so just in case you couldn't see the...
Lovely.
Right?
Perfect.
Lovely. So your next collection...
Next collection, this is lovely.
Is your Dreamy Autumn. Now this is beautiful.
Look at this. This lot, my lovelies, is costing you £7.50 if you buy it as part of the Buy the Show. It's £8.99. Shop Dream, the Crafty Witches Dreamy Autumn digital collection. This is absolutely stunning. Now you could be printing these onto your rice papers if you wanted to and using them as decoupage on your glass jars or your furniture or whatever you want to use it for. You could be putting them in rice paper into that resin that we've just been showing you. But how beautiful is that collection? The artwork is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And then you take it to whichever side of or part of the crafty journey you're on. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So in here, Ian, what do we get, please?
So you're getting your toppers.
Yes.
You're getting your decorative papers. You're getting your essential papers. You're getting your solid coloured papers. You're getting your sentiments. You're getting your embellishments, which you've seen on some of the cards at the front. You're getting your borders in horizontal and vertical. You're getting tags. You're also getting it in 12 by 12.
You're getting it.
So all the papers come in 12 by 12. So you can print.
Well, we've just got an A3 inkjet printer that we had on last Saturday, and it prints borderless.
That's it.
So it's that much shy of a 12 by 12. So if you got that, this is going to be brilliant because you can print them bigger.
And I mean, you can print, like I do normally print a lot of the decorative papers on the A4 to an A3 borderless, so you get that as it prints out. But as a 12 by 12, you're going to get the aspect ratio right as well, so it all fits beautifully.
Perfect.
And I was watching you yesterday, Mel, so...
we're scrapbooking.
Scrapbooking, so this is perfect for your 12 by 12s for your scrapbooking.
There you go, and look at some of these lovely samples that we've got in here. Sam's been really good in showing you all the ones at the front. I just want to show you these. How lovely is that? We need to just send cards just because. We don't do that very often, do we? It's usually for an occasion. Can you imagine if that popped through your door and it was just because, just wanted to say hello, just for you, just because I could? I think it's a lovely thing to do.
Lisa's made
this is lovely. Look at this, ready? Look at that inside, isn't that fabulous? Look at that, and you lay it flat. Isn't that lovely? Kinetic. Love kinetic cards. They're always a wow, aren't they? That wow moment. Isn't that fantastic? Well done. Is that Lisa, did you say?
Lisa, yeah.
Well done, Lisa Bird.
Our paper engineer.
Oh, you're a paper engineer. Well, me and you need to get together. Can you imagine what we could come up with, Lisa? Be amazing, wouldn't it? Right, so if you want that one, that by itself is, sorry Andrew, Shop Dream, £8.99. Don't do that. Buy the show. Right, next one. Now this is the one that you said might have been out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that was that one. This is like relatively. This is Autumn Breeze, and this is one of our paper potions kits. It's just papers,
right?
There's no toppers or anything in it because people like to make boxes and things
absolutely.
like that. So you've got your paper potions on there, as I've said. You've got your ditzy flowers and pumpkins, so it's all fitting in with the autumn theme. You've got your larger ones, and then you've also got your essential papers and your decorative papers.
Brilliant.
And as Linda would always say, it mix, matches and harmonises.
Mix, matches and harmonises, darling.
Together.
It does, yes, indeed, it does.
And that's what they're all. That's what they're designed for, the paper potions one.
Good, aren't they? So you can print it off the colour that you've got. How many times have you bought a pack of card? I used to do it all the time. I used to buy the American Crafts cardstock, and all the colours that I loved went instantly. And I was left with a pile like that of colours that I wouldn't use. Now you can print it when you want it. But more importantly, on what you want. That's the great thing about it, isn't it? If you're into your rice papers and your mixed media, you can print those on your rice papers. Print it on whatever you want. Print it on fabric if it'll go through your printer. Printable acetates. All of that different kind of thing. That is lovely.
And that was what I used, Mel, for that wedding card.
Yes,
that,
the
burgundy, that
yeah.
came out of my...
Because
I know printers vary, like, you know, when it comes out, but mine come out just, that was burgundy.
Perfect
that
colour.
was perfectly for my wedding card.
Brilliant. Right, now then, this is nice. Do you want to come round there and then we can show it up at demo?
Yeah.
We've got a little bit more space then. Let's have a look at this. This is your junk journal.
Junk journal, yeah.
I
So
like
this is
this.
your
I'm
into the
hoping,
forest.
I'm hoping Hannah's watching this because she's massively into a junk journal, as is Amanda. Now this is $12.99. Now you can start to see the value of the by the show, can't you? Because the first one was $14.97. The second one, Andrew, was $8.99.
$8.99.
The third one was
$4.99.
$4.99, and then this one is $12.99. And if you buy the show at $29.99, you get a bonus included as well. It wouldn't even cross my mind to buy individuals. If I was sitting at home, I'd just buy the show because I've got everything then.
Absolutely.
Right. Now look at this. So talk me through what we've got on here, please, Ian.
So what you get in your junk journals, you'll get the front covers and the 6 of them. You'll also get your pages, what we got, and then the PAGs. So the pages are, because we build our page with a sort of a border, so you glue them all together, so they'll go in a concertina form.
Right.
And the PAGs are what would go in the middle. So
Right.
we'll show you that when we
Yes,
come to
please.
demo on
Yeah.
here. You've getting then your decorative papers in there. You're also getting some solid coloured papers. You're getting alphabets.
Wow.
You're getting all of these like little sentiment words and things
Yep.
that you can add in. You're getting like postcard type things. So I was watching you yesterday and you'd got your postcards and you were adding them into your scrapbooking. These are going to be perfect for
They are.
memories that you've got. And you've even got sort of like regal, like paper that's been like tea bagged, I call it. That's
Yes.
really bag to
No,
use,
I
isn't
know
it?
what
Like,
you
know what I
mean.
mean? Like
Distressed.
It's distressed, but
Yeah.
it's already been distressed for you
I
in
love
the
that.
download. And again, because you use PDF, we use Adobe Reader to do ours. You can resize those, so it doesn't. Even though they're small, you can make those little bits of paper as big as you want
I
for
love
your
this.
journal, and your journal as big as you
Now, if
want.
we sold that as a kit, you'd run out of your favourites really quickly, wouldn't you? This is what I mean about digital. You can go back to that again. Oh, we're having a bit of a moment with our camera there. It went a bit drunk, that, Sam. It looked like it got a bit of hangover on a Friday night. There you go. So, can I just ask, those journals on there, are they what this has been
Yeah,
made
that's
with
what-
this?
yeah,
Right, I'm
this-
going to go and get them.
So
I'm going to get them, Sam.
a couple of them
Bring
have
them
done them
back
in
round.
slightly different ways. Because again, the world's your lobster, isn't it? You can do your journal however you want. So the one at the front, Lisa's done, and she's just made that in a slightly different way to how you can.
Is
But
this easy for you to do? All right.
and you can say that she's matted the layers onto like white card
lovely
and
is
stuff, but
this?
use the.
Look at these. We've just been talking about junk journaling next door, and you've just bought those moulds that make the fronts and back covers in resin. You imagine these on the front and back of this. Look at this. Isn't this is a work of art? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It might be that you do one of these every year for your garden and all the different flowers and plants. It might be that you do one for your different grandchildren. Might be just a little, the biggest reason people scrapbook is holiday. Might be that you've been away, you've been somewhere away for the weekend and you don't want to do a big 12 by 12 album. You just want to do something that's nice and small and just memorialise those memories. This is beautiful. Look at that. Now, I can't show one without showing everybody's, which is such
So
a
this one's
shame.
from Barbara,
Love
and
this.
again,
This is
Barbara's done
Barbara's.
it in a slightly
Look at that.
different
She
way
has,
as well.
yeah, look. Look at this. You put your spin on it, your creativity. What Linda is bringing you and Ian are the beautiful papers, the ability to craft and make something that is as stunning as this. Isn't that beautiful? And then you've just used like a grey board, haven't you, in the background. And then I have to show this one.
This is Sue's.
This is Sue's. Who was that one, please?
Barbara.
Barbara. Brilliant job, Barbara. Well done. That's fantastic. And then look at this. So it doesn't matter what your style is, this will work with it. And I love that because we all craft differently. We all have our own style. If you went into all of our homes, they will be decorated very differently. That's exactly the same with your craft. So for you to be able to make something like that, I think is wonderful. And I was saying yesterday, and wasn't I, if you watched the show yesterday, we were talking about, because we lived through the pandemic, we will be a massive part of history now. When people are learning in school about what happened in COVID and the pandemic, we're going to be a massive part of history. It's really, really important to make sure that you are saving those, telling those stories, because if you don't tell them, nobody else will. And the thing that started me scrapbooking or junk journaling or whatever it is was when my grandma passed away. She'd kept everything. Loads of photographs, newspaper clippings, little cards of flowers that we'd sent her. She kept the lot. But when we were clearing out her house, because she had Alzheimer's for the last sort of 7 years of her life, she started to tear the photographs, so we took them all away from the house. But then when we were tidying out the kitchen, in a little china cup on a saucer, inside was this photograph. It was no bigger than that. And I said to my dad, "Who's that?" He said, "Oh, that's your grandma's brother that was killed in the First World War." I had no idea that was even a thing. Then I went, right, okay, I don't ever want my great-great-great-grandchildren to say, "Who's that?" I want them to know, and that's why I started scrapbooking. Right, we've got some comments coming in. Linda Chapman, good morning. Just sent Colin to the shop for tonight's wine, so I'm I'm drinking tea. Yeah, right. Then, it's all right, me and Linda have this lovely banter going on. Then we've got Jane. I've just checked out by the show without even seeing what's in it, as I know it's going to be good whatever. Oh my word, the kits are stunning and we'll be playing with them later. Thank you, Linda and Ian. You're very welcome. That's from Jane.
Thank you.
Our Crafty Lou says all the samples are exquisite. They are, absolutely. Pauline Taylor says, I just love all this artwork. Yeah, me too. They're brilliant, aren't they? Jackie Jones says samples are all stunning. Well done, everybody involved. They are, aren't they? But do you know what I love about Linda stuff? You can't make a bad card.
No.
Can you? You can try really hard, but you can't make a bad card. So that one's from that. Fantastic cards the DT have done, says Jane. And look forward to using mine, which is downloading as I type. I love that. That's from our lovely Faye. Right, so that's your junk journal. Now, because Linda's Linda, this is lovely. She could have sold you this, but she didn't. She's going to give you that as a freebie if you buy the show, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you're getting a major discount. This is what I'm talking about, right? This is what I'm talking about liveshopping.vip. Our suppliers are in charge of the discount they give you. So if you were paying £46, you'd get a decent discount on highlightcrafts.com, but not as much as that. So get this in your basket, get those baskets checked out. It's not as much of a rush to check it out because it's digital. It's not much of a rush to check it out because we have to go and pick and pack it in the warehouse and get it to you. It's important that you check out your basket so you can start crafting, right? Because until you check your baskets out, you can't play with it and download it. Now, is there an angel policy, please?
There is, yeah. All we ask is that you don't print the sheets
and sell them.
That's fair enough. A finished product. However, if you have bought from us before, there are various products that we do sell where you can print the sheets to sell. So if you have got those, you know, you'll know which ones, which ones they are. But yeah, it's
magic.
Charity, yourself,
whatever.
Right,
as long I'm going to do a really quick recap right down the counter, and then we're going to go into demo because I need to see the amount of product that you're getting here. So first of all, love these fabulous concepts. So you will print out a sheet that will cut out all the embellishments that will make a card front. okay, your card and your card front, and you get them in 10 different colourways. So you can either fussy cut them out, or what Linda's done and the team have put a line around the outside edge. So if you look at those florals right there, you can see there's a line around the outside edge. That's what the scan and cut will read. So it will give you that lovely white border. You don't even need to create an offset line, and then it will find those lines and it will cut it out for you. Then you've got all your different papers. So you've got your plains, you've got your ones with your lovely little patterns in here, and then your ditzy dots at the top. But here's the thing, this is the value for me in this. All of these, so all the shapes that are on there and extras, are SVG files for £14.97. That is incredible value for money, because you've now got that shape, that shape, that shape, that one, that one, that one, that one, all of them in a minimum of 250 different sizes, which is incredible. And when you've got shapes, you've got shape cards, apertures, frames, all of it. So you're getting all of that. Then you're also going to get all of this artwork, which is just beautiful. And again, you can print them off time and time again. And Linda's even gone to a 12 by 12 size for you on that. So if you've got a larger printer, that will be brilliant. Imagine that. Make wrapping paper with that, couldn't you?
I have. Well, I have with the
have you made
one
wrapping
of the
paper?
samples. There's a little pack there with wrapping paper in that I've printed on my A3.
Brilliant. Then you've got this one, which is all about your pattern papers and your backgrounds. So there's no toppers or embellishments on this. This is all about buying those beautiful designs and printing them off on rice paper. You could put them on your transfer paper, so you could wear it. You could use it on a bag for life. All of that you can do when you've got digital artwork. Then on top of that, and I love this concept, Hannah, I wish Hannah was here now. If she's watching, Hannah, just pop into the studio for me, darling, will you? Look at that for an art journal kit. That's everything you could possibly need to make as many junk journals as you want. Isn't that lovely? I think it's fabulous. Maybe you've only got 3 or 4 photographs. We were talking about this yesterday. You know, there's that old saying, a picture speaks 1,000 words. Actually, it doesn't. It doesn't. So if you gave me one of your photographs now, I would have to ask you, who is it? Where are you? What are you doing? Why are you there? And when was it? Right? You'd have to ask. So a picture doesn't speak 1,000 words. It's the story behind the picture. And doing something like that is wonderful. And it's a great thing to leave to your future generations of your family that you'll never meet. I love that about it. So you're getting that included as well. And just to top it off, Linda's giving you a bonus, which is a beautiful bonus. I have to say, I love that collection. The colours in it are really fabulous. And you're getting that included. So you're getting everything that I've just shown you digitally for £29.99. I mean, come on. You can't say no to that, can you? It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, Ian, where we're going to start with demos, my love,
Well, we'll start
please.
on the computer demo,
Okay.
so we can have a quick look
whatever
at
you
what
need.
Okie doke. Right, so if we're just going to look down the side here first, just to do a little bit of housekeeping, because you can download this onto any device that you've got. It just means we look in different places if we've got various different
got
devices.
it.
So the best thing to remember is if you've got an Apple device, I forgot what they're called now. A Mac, but also the Android or the Chromebooks. You want to play with the file. You want to play with the file. If you've got a Windows PC or anything like that, you can auto run. You want to run with the files.
Yes.
So that is the 2 places where you need to go. So anybody can use it.
Brilliant.
You can print from your phone, your tablet, anywhere. As long as it connects to a printer, you've got it. And that's all where it all sits, just down that side there. And then this is the landing page. So if you have got a Windows PC, this is the landing page for the bewitching cards. And it just gives you that's giving you some inspiration straight away of what you can do with them. Click on to enter. And then you've got the list of what the cards are. So there's love, hugs, joy and hello. You've got background papers and envelope templates as well.
Brilliant.
So you can even make the envelopes for the cards to go in.
Love
the
that.
SVG files will come in a separate file. It's just because on this kind of software, if it was embedded, you wouldn't be able to get your SVGs out.
So it'll be in the same download, but it will be a separate folder.
Separate folder,
Got it.
But so we'll take a look at the love bundle.
Nice.
And this is what I was saying. You're getting the different designs, the different colours, like, you know, so you've got the reds, you've got the ambers, so you're getting the toppers, if you like, you're getting your card base, and you're getting all the bits you need to decorate that up as well.
Lovely.
And if you can see, there's it's
Yeah, I was
very,
just
very
about to
pale.
ask you about that.
This, when I'm going to do the demo and I'll put it together, this is the bit that holds the card together, so it stops it, because they're a shape, aren't they? So it's really new.
So that's your shape.
Yeah.
And that's the piece that holds it together.
There. To stop it falling and rocking,
so
if you
not
like.
like a Bambi card.
Yeah.
Whoop, she says. There you go.
There you go.
Not fab.
So you've got that's all in it as well.
Love that.
And then you go across.
Clever.
You're getting it in yellows, in blue, teals, green and purple.
Love that. That's like the colour of your nail varnish, that, Sam.
Dark purple and like a black colour. And then when you've come to the end, you'll see the cauldron turns grey, where it says next.
Okay.
To get back to the beginning, you just click home and it'll take you back to the indices.
Brilliant.
Also, the instructions are there. I'm just going to show you on there. You've got the instructions inside the kit as well, so it tells you how to
there you are.
how to put the middle piece in, but we're going to show you on this next demo. And then also, always, there's more information, Cauldron. So if you need any help, if you click on that, the Crafty Witches are always on hand to help you.
Brilliant. Love that.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you print it off. You either cut it with your scissors, or you scan it into your scan and cut it, or you use the SVG files and lay them over the top, whichever you want to do.
You can do, or as I've done, I've just printed the papers, because you've got all the papers in there. So I've printed and I've cut them out with my scan and cut.
There you are.
So,
even better.
So you get the instructions. So I just wanted to show you that you just get those as well. So it's really, really, really simple. It takes you all the way through, so that you're not going to be stuck at any point. But you can always watch back on this to see.
Yes, you can.
So I've done mine on the scan and cut, but just to show you. So this is the base, and I've just done it in a white card.
Lovely.
And it's already scored with the dotted perforation line. So we're just going to pop that. And again, because it's a score line and this was done on the scan and cut, if you were doing it with the print to cut, you'd obviously use a bone folder and a ruler to score the line. But this scores perfectly. And then you've got this little still, and I've already pre-scored it, but you can see it's just like a mountain and valley. Valley fold, if you like. And I've used some red line tape. I mean, you can do glue, but I think for the purpose of this, it's going to be quicker. Yeah,
absolutely.
So what I did, because again, it measures up, so it goes, if you look at that line there, it goes right there. So
it goes onto that scallop.
Yeah, if that makes sense. So you sort of, you haven't got to think where you want to put it, because it fits right across. And then I've just popped that.
And that's the easiest way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than open it out and try and find the place. That's
it. So it's done.
Good, that, isn't it?
And then...
And you can use that with other things that you're doing, aren't you? Once you've got that file, you can use it forever.
Yeah, use whatever you like with it to make it. And then, again, you know, you can do, let's line it up, draw a line. I always just find it slightly easier just to pop the glue where I want it.
Absolutely.
And then I just line my topper up. And it fits perfectly.
Lovely.
Okay. And then I've just put some foam tape on this one, so you can see this is a slightly different, but this is what's so great and I love about it, is this faux stitch type thing. Again, with my scan and cut, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to draw that as well, because I think that would look sensational drawed as well.
That was my thing. So I used to run a retreat, and I used to have 30 people, and they would come to a hotel near me, and I used to set it all up, and we'd do a 4-day retreat. And every night without fail, they'd all take all the bits up to the room, and I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, I'm like, you carrying on? They went, no, I'm doing all my faux stitching, because it separates the layers.
Yeah.
Rather than using another piece of card, faux stitching separates the layers, especially if you draw it and you get right up to the edge. It's brilliant.
And that's what's, do you know, you can do it, can't you? I mean, I've done it where you've gone round with the pen and whatnot.
That's what I used to do.
But how fab is with the digital cutting machine where it does it for you? It's just amazing.
Brilliant.
Now, I've made, other than those foam, and I'm going to do some with the glue gun, but of making it all flat, so it easily goes in a card for posting. Like, do you know what I mean? As such, rather than the white ones and the black and white one I sort of raised it up on lots of foam. So all I'm doing then is, because you've got the 3 colours, and this is very similar to what the card on the front of the actual pack shot is. Yeah. Just because I wanted something to follow myself when I was making it. Do you know, like, just to show you, like, we're not all, you know, thinking outside the box all the time. No. Like, you know, you want to follow some.
Well, that's why we have places like this where we inspire you.
That's right.
That's our job. That's our job to do that. Absolutely. To inspire you.
And then I just pop a bit of glue on the back, and this one just goes through the centre of that.
Lovely.
And then I always put my sentiment on first, and that's just because then that's going to allow me to know where I want my flower to go.
Lovely.
As well. And then I've just got my flower to put together. And what I've done with this is you've got the mat to go with.
I'll tell you something, Ian. I bought a punch, an EK Success punch like that. It was a whale of a punch. It was $24.99, and then I bought the other one, and it wasn't a whale of a punch, and that was $18.99. Now, the value of those 2 punches, you can buy the show and have change left in your pocket. That's how far it's come on.
That's mad,
I've still got those punches as well. Whale of a punch. I still love EK Success punches.
So I've just put that on, and I can already put it onto my card. But then what I've done is I've just used. Let me just pop that.
That looks like something out of Star Trek, that. Just doesn't it, Sam? Look at it. Yeah, glue stick helps.
There is one in there. It just
needs
to be pushed. Yeah,
absolutely.
So again, you can just pop. You don't have to pop the glue on, but you can lay it all flat. But I'm just putting some for some height. And then again, I've already popped a little pearl on that one. You do get the mats and layers for the smaller flower, but I've just decided on this particular project I just wanted.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then you've got your foliage as well, which is fab. And you can just, I'll just pop some hot glue on, just pop it behind. And I did I did it a different way when I was doing the, jump. When I was doing the demo, but I quite like this sort of wreathy type feel, encapsulating the love with that one. And then
I like the fact that you get them both directions as well.
That's it, yeah, that's the other bit with it as well.
That's the bit that I like, because it creates symmetry, doesn't it?
That's it.
And it's really interesting when you think about symmetry and non-symmetrical projects. So if we talk about the rule of 3s and working in odd numbers, if you do something that is perfectly symmetrical, the human eye will see it all in one go. If you do something that is non-symmetrical, it will look for that triangle. Whether you realise you're doing it or not, your human eye will look. So when we were talking about the scrapbooking yesterday and we did that double page spread, we were talking about creating that design triangle. It's exactly the same on your cards. If you use odd numbers, it will make the reader look. They won't even realise they're doing it. It's really clever. So if you want somebody to look right the way through a page rather than seeing it as a whole thing, that's a little design tip for you. Right, I'm going to do a really quick recap, Ian, and then we're going to come back for another demo. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Lovely. Now then, we do have all of these collections as individuals, but as a crafter, forget me selling to you, forget all of that bit. As a crafter, I would personally, if you can stretch to it, buy the show, because it's $29.99. There's no postage because it's all digital and it's instant. So the rest of the weekend you could be crafting with this, which is lovely. And Linda Chapman has always been a digital crafter. She was one of the women that really, really brought digital crafting to the forefront at Create and Craft. And this is the concept that she's come up with. Now this, for me, I'd pay $29.99 upwards for this, because not only are you getting those print to cut sheets, so if you don't have a scan and cut or a silhouette or a Cricut, it doesn't matter. You can print these off and cut them with your scissors. If you do have a scan and cut, she's done a faint grey line. She's done the actual coloured image, then left a gap of white, and then as a matte layer, if you like, and then done that grey line around the edge. So the Scan and Cut will pick that up and cut it out. One thing I will say to you, if you're working with this on a Scan and Cut, please do go into your settings on your home screen, so your little spanner, do a scanning cutting position alignment just before you start. It might not matter, but sometimes if you work to a grey line, it can cut slightly more on one side and slightly less on another. If you go into your machine, it has it on all the machines. If it's not on your CM machine, you need to do an update. But there's something called scanning cutting position alignment, and it means that when you're scanning something in, it will cut in the perfect alignment with that line. So just to dot the I's and cross the T's, all it needs is a piece of 12 by 12 white card, and it works out the X and the Y axis. It does all that for you. It used to be something you had to send your machine back to do, but they did it as an update. So you're getting all of those, all of these different coloured cards that you can print out again and again with several different patterns on, but then you get all the SVG files as well. This is the bit for me as a Scan and Cut user, because I've got those now in hundreds of different sizes. Brilliant, isn't it? So if you want that one, okay, you can have that one as a part of Buy the Show. Finished there. We've got all of this. This is like one of the full collections that our Linda used to bring on Create and Craft. All of this lot that you can print off again and again and again. So your toppers, your sentiments, your backgrounds, all of those beautiful elements in there. You're getting that one included as well. You're also going to get this one, which is all about your background papers. Okay, so there's nothing to stop you using those SVG files, cutting them out of this and creating a completely different look and feel of those card shapes. Okay, so you're getting all of that as well. Then you're also going to get your junk journal collection, which I think is blinking brilliant. Love this. If you do any form of scrapbooking, art journaling, bullet journaling, junk journaling, this is going to be fantastic. And don't forget, here at Highlight Crafts, our Craft Master brand, we sell stickers, printable sticker sheets, and we sell clear printable sticker sheets.
Oh, wow.
You use them with your glossy photo settings. Imagine printing these off and making your own stickers, right? How fabulous is that? And then, that's not it. If you buy the show for $29.99, you also get all of these free. I mean, we couldn't give much more. No postage, instant downloads, download them and start to play. Absolutely fabulous value for money. If you're buying those as physical paper kits, you're looking way over £100, way over. $29.99. Right, my lovely Ian, what we're doing to do a bit of junk journaling.
Yeah, we'll have a little go with the junk
I like
journal.
this.
And again, I mean, this wasn't planned as such, but it was because you were yesterday
Doing my scrapbooking.
doing your scrapbooking, and it really touched home for me. Only because you know when you talk about the picture,
Yes.
and it's like who's that and
Yes.
everything. 25 years ago, I lost my parents simultaneously,
Yeah.
and you know when I got to my mum's funeral, everybody kept asking me, who's that? And I thought, I don't know. So I'm going to do exactly what you've done. But I've now got these journals I can do it in.
Absolutely.
So that everybody can see. It just really made a difference
If
to
I
me
made
yesterday.
one person do that, then that's my job done yesterday, because I honestly, and it's when you sit back and you reminisce and you recollect, you never do that with the phone in your hand.
No, absolutely.
You know, at Christmas, you don't get the family around a phone and go, this is what we've done. If that scrapbook's on a coffee table or that art journal's on a coffee table, they're going to pick it up.
I mean, the worst thing for my, well, not the worst thing, that sounds awful, for my mum was she had 3 boys. So we were, like, you know, my auntie's like, oh, who's that? And we were like both, oh.
Not bothered.
I don't know. No, nobody's
No,
ever said, and we've
no.
never gone to the books to look or ask the question. And I thought that's so important. And like you said about COVID and stuff, how important is that to document your journey? Because my journey was different to your journey.
My journey is completely different. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, so it's really important.
It is.
And these are perfect for doing that kind of thing.
Something else I did was when my mum and dad celebrated the golden wedding anniversary, they had a party, and I gave everybody at that party an envelope with my address on and a stamp and paper inside and a pen, and I asked them to go home and write their memories of my mum and dad in their life, because a lot of the people there were there before I was even born.
Oh, wow.
And they all sent them back to me. So I have all of these envelopes in a really special box that I made. And every time I can just flick through and go, what did Uncle Terry and Auntie Beryl think? You know, how did she meet them? And it's brilliant because I now know what my mum and dad's life was like before I was born, and that's really precious.
That is mad.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, really lovely.
So what I've done, I've printed some ephemera off and cut it all out already.
Lovely.
But I've just wanted to show you some of the sheets. And this is what I was saying. I mean, I've just printed these off an A4, but because we use Adobe Reader for our PDFs, like for printing out, I mean, you can use Foxit and all the others, but I can grab that and make that an A4 page if I want. And because it's 300 DPI, it won't
pixelate.
Won't pixelate. So I can make my journal as big or as small as I want, but I could have beautiful papers.
Yeah.
With these on as well. Envelopes to match, and then you've got some little sort of little bugs comments. Then I'm going to show what we're going to do with this, but these are like the tabs to go on the edge.
Love
so
that.
You've got those in various different shapes, and then little oval, corner ovals.
If you printed those on a sticker sheet, they'd already be sticky, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Even
Right.
better, yeah.
I look at you, it's like, yeah, I'm going to do that going forward. Yeah, look at that.
And then you've got these
beautiful,
like little pockets I
love that artwork.
I mean, I love this. And I always say something that reminds me of my gran or something. But these are. I remember that they weren't coloured. But do you remember the wallpaper that was
The flocked or the blown vinyl?
Yeah, flocked or. I can't remember what they used to call it. I can remember my mum had it as well, but it reminds me of that. But it was just pure white, and they used to paint it whatever colour they wanted as well. So all of these started to bring anaglitter. That's it. All these started to bring back my memories as well. Like
Isn't it funny how a smell, and this is what I was saying yesterday, wasn't it, about the journaling? When you're journaling, do a piece of journaling with your senses. So we did it in a class, and I talked about when I went to New York and I saw the skyline, and you could smell the views coming up from the underground, and it has a certain smell, New York, and the hot dog stands and the pretzel stands and all of that kind of thing. And that really evokes memories. It's really interesting. But also if you have family members that have lived in the same family but a different life, get them to journal as well, because their memory of a person will be very different than your memory of a person.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating when you get started. It's lovely.
And I also thought with this is a really cool activity to have, just like, for a wedding.
Absolutely.
That, that if you want to make something a little bit personal after the occasion, pop some photos in and your memories of the day. And they've had an autumn wedding. This fits beautifully with it.
Right.
So I've made this one, and what I've done is I've just popped two pieces of card together to give it sort of a 500 GSM thing, but then I've been able to attach my ribbon inside.
Perfect.
And then I've just made a couple of pages. We're going to add a little bit, but this is what I wanted to show you about the pages. This is what's a page, what I was calling a page.
Yeah.
And then when I flip it over, that's a double, so it's a PAG, we call it. So, and then what I've done, as I go through, I've just glued all the PAGs together.
Right.
And then when I get to the back, I've got my page again. So I've now made a booklet, really, really simply.
Brilliant.
It's not, and again, it's just a scoreline.
But also, if you wanted to, you could just use this for your pages. So if you're doing something that's quite chunky, bulky, so when you turn that one over, instead of it being joined, you'd have another tab there, which would give you that depth to be able to, so your page wouldn't fall. It doesn't do, basically what I'm trying to say is it won't make your book do that.
That's right, yeah.
So if you're doing lots of embellishments with it, and you want to, instead of just working flat, and you want to work with dimension, then use those pages as well. So you've got the best of both worlds with that, which I think is really clever.
And then I started to think, like watching you yesterday, my head was going,
like
this, as it always does. I can print that A3, borderless. So I know you would normally generally work on a 12 by 12 for scrapbooking, but you could actually have two lovely pages, A3, borderless, and you could scrapbook across two different...
I never think about the size of the paper. I just think about what the photographs are. So I always choose my photograph and write my story first. And if the story needs to be 4 pages long, it's 4 pages long. If it needs to be one line, it's one line. So I'll always work on my photograph and my journaling first, and then I'll decide what size I need to work on. But this is a lovely thing to do. There's a big thing in the States, isn't it, called brag books?
That's it,
that grandmas carry around in the handbag. So when everyone says, oh, how are the children? They go, well, yeah, I love a look at this. This is a lovely thing to do.
And you know what as well? Because it's digital, now you've said about the brag book, that's jogged my memory. I can make this smaller. So this is sort of at an A5 level. I can shrink this in my PDF reader, so I can make a little brag book to go in my bag. Yeah.
So all those ideas, all those books that you make, all those junk journals, all those pieces of home decor, all those card fronts, all those scrapbook pages, you've got an incredible variety of all the different products digitally that you need to get going, and I love that about this. And it's $29.99, no postage, and instant. As soon as you've paid for it, you can download it. It's that easy.
And something like this, Mel, you'd pay more than $29.99 for, wouldn't you?
And then some.
Yeah.
If that was in a box with all packed out, looking really pretty, you'd be looking upwards of $49.99 for that collection.
Absolutely easily, isn't it?
Easily.
Right, so I've already scored it, but this is one of the tags to go on the side. It comes with the line down so you know where you're scoring, and then you just sort of building it how you choose it. So I just use some of my wet glue, and I'm just going to pop it on this page, and look, it's got these lovely mushrooms. Toadstool mushrooms. Look at me.
Fascinate me.
I'm just going to pop that on the edge there. And then I was looking at things like this because I do really, I mean, I'm going to go across all these pages. Like, I'm probably not going to do something as your pictures yesterday, because I thought that was totally amazing.
But the thing is, you can do it your way.
Yeah.
There's no rules apart from anything that you use is acid and lignin free, because then it doesn't deteriorate over the years. But this is just beautiful. I love those papers. Linda, please, will you do these as full-size papers as they're digital? Because they're lovely.
They're in the kit.
As full as A4 papers.
Yeah. So there's the teal
right,
one.
And they're in A4.
Yeah, and then I've used that as A4 to make the back of my book.
This is going in my basket. I love that.
It's
very baroque, isn't it? Damask.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
And then you've got this beautiful topper. So, and again, I mean, I've done a lot of work with Anna Louise and Pollyanna, so this reminds me of the owl. I know it's not snowy, but it just reminds me.
It's lovely.
And I just thought that could live. We'll just pop it there. Just leave him.
See how easy is that to put together, right?
And then
you could just put glue down the sides of here.
And
then use it as a little pocket, or you could put glue that way and use it as a little side pocket. It's all about for me, a junk journal or an art journal is all about all the little elements that you put together, making a little pocket with little tickets, or just a little memory, or something funny that the children said, or something that you saw while you were having a walk in the countryside. All of that kind of thing you can then put into a junk journal.
And then that's what I've just made. That's just to pop in, so you've got somewhere to write.
Yeah, brilliant.
And it's just wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it is just wild. It is. It's like there's no rules, is there?
That's it. It's just wild.
But a bit here, a bit there, a bit there. That makes sense there. And people will say, when is it finished? It's finished when you like it. For me,
it's finished when it's finished. Isn't it?
When you look at it and think, do you know what? I love that. That's when it's finished.
And I love this.
Everyone has different styles.
I love this, Mel, this particular collection as well, because like when you were talking about COVID, I did a lot of walking in the West Midlands, in the Black Country, and I've lived there. I'm 52, so I've lived there all my life, and I didn't know until COVID some of the places that existed, the forestry and everything, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And this to me now is I can build that in. I've got my pictures on my phone. I can start printing them off and building it into this beautiful journal that's going to give people memories of what I did during COVID.
Yeah, exactly that. And it was interesting, wasn't it? Because we got locked inside and nature came out.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I remember one night driving back from Create and Craft Studios. We were doing the US, so we didn't finish till midnight. And I'm driving back to the house that we rented during COVID, because I just moved down to Peterborough. And we was coming back down this windy country road, and I suddenly slammed on my brakes as this fox sat in the middle of the road. Would it move? I had a face-off with the fox. I'm flashing my lights. I thought, I can't pick me on, it'll be waking all the neighbours up. Flashing my lights, it's just looking at me as to go, what are you doing? You should be locked inside. You're outside. Go and get off the road. I had to literally get out the car and just kind of do this with it to get it out of the way. Woodpeckers on the side of the road. You know, dragonflies in the garden. It was a really difficult time for us as humans, but nature just came back to life. The canals in Venice were crystal clear.
It was magic. I mean, I remember like watching the sea, because I work in an office normally, so watching the seasons change was amazing. The colours and everything. And I thought, I'm this old. I know it's like a few years
I
ago
know,
now.
I
I'm
get
this
you.
old, and I've not experienced this in my
Amazing.
life. It
Yeah.
was
an awful time, full stop. But there were elements of it that you thought, you know what? I'd never seen a dragonfly before. And they were real life, and they were literally all over the garden.
I come face to face with the Highland cow, Mel, and I'd never seen one of them before, and it looked at me, and I was like,
"Ooh!" They're big, aren't they? Right, now we only have about 40 seconds left. Do you know when you're coming back, Ian?
The 13th.
13th of September.
Yeah.
Can't believe we're in September on Monday. Brilliant. Thank you
Thank
for all
you.
your lovely demos. Oh, and your inspiration. Thank you, Linda. She's going to give me grief about that, isn't she? Thank you, Linda, for bringing us such beautiful artwork, and thank you to you guys for joining us. Please go back now to highlightcrafts.com because we have another resin show with our Hannah. Resin shakers. Well, actually, it's all about Christmas, so make sure that you're joining us in about 4 minutes' time. Thank you.
Thanks, Mel.
Thank you to the team, and we will see you in a few minutes' time. See you in a bit.
Bye.